What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Don Illuminati, back with another video. Excuse me. Hey, man, I guess we just blowing time right now, right? So with all that, I guess I don't really need to blow no steam, okay? I just been trying to get up here, trying to keep it as real as possible, right? Trying to keep it real with y'all. What I'm seeing from the scriptures and all that. Hey, man, sometimes you might gotta excuse my personality. You might have to excuse this. You might have to, but I can't apologize for any of it if it's me, okay? So if you motherfuckers don't like me, it is what it is, dog. I have zero problems with having the interactions that need to be had when it comes to physical form, unless I put myself in the wrong places. But that can happen to anybody, right? Okay, because there's something extremely weird going on. Like people are being turned on, turned off, aggression, peaceful. Seriously, every it's like it used to be every other week. Then it was every other day. Now it seems to me it's every other hour. There's somebody just flipping a switch, bro. That you can't figure out if people love you or they hate you. Now you might say it's both. I consider it both, right? And I don't think it's 50%. For me, I feel like it's 25-75. Guess what the 75% is? Hate. Okay, obviously you always get more hate. Then you're gonna get love. All right, well, whatever. I don't care nothing about people who don't fool with me, right? And you probably feel the same way. But do you ever feel like some days when you walk outside, 100% of the time, like nobody fooling with you? Like everybody's giving you the cold shoulder, everybody's giving you the disgusting face and all that, this, that, and the third, right? And then the next day could be completely different to where it's literally like 90 to 95% actually acting like they're showing love or they're being very dismissive to their aggressive feelings towards you, right? Dog, it's changing up way too much. It's changing up so much. I gotta call it. I feel like it's some kind of sorcery behind it or whatever because it's to the point where it's very weird. Okay? And the algorithms in life is literally just trying to show you and allow you to hear what it wants you to hear, dog. And you know what it does? It drowns people like us out. Do you understand that? Like if you're a person that can you can literally acknowledge what I'm saying, right? You can understand the things that I speak of over here, this, that, and the third, right? Then you have a similar mindset. Um, that's why I'm saying, like, we is a very small group of us that are literally being turned against. It's like somebody's doing some kind of weird experiment, and I don't give a damn if that's what's going on. That's what's going on. But like, when we gonna stop this? Like, okay, we caught on to your tricks. Now what? You gonna turn the shit on for 100% of the time? And shit just gonna go for weeks? And guess what it'll be? It won't be people that fool with you. It'll be weeks of people not fucking with you, like at all. They can just sit there and just look at you like this. You're saying some of the most brilliant shit. You're seeing things. You know what I mean? You knowing things. You having dreams. You're like, yo, I'm connecting dots over here. All of a sudden, it's just no response. They're very unresponsive. And it's like, dog, all right, then what the fuck is we doing? We need to go to the Most High and say, Most High, what the hell is going on here, man? Because this orchestration is to the point where it's no longer overwhelming. We caught on to the BS. Now we're not even frustrated. This is not even the words I want to use. It's not overwhelming. It's not frustrating. It used to be, right? Now it's more like aggravating. The fact that you can even tell and even see that these things are purposely being driven against you. And it's like, okay, what kind of fucking life is we living now? Because this is retarded. Okay, just give up this show, man. Let's clap now. Great show. You had me fooled for a second, but now I gotta call you bullshit. Who the fuck is behind the scenes pressing buttons? Because that's what I'm saying. I literally, look, even the algorithms, like I told you on Facebook be favoring me. The algorithms like, yo, Don Illuminati just dropped another hot video that we like. We gonna push the shit out of this. And then it's like no responses. Dude, the AI knows the type of material that gets responses. But when they see you, it's like the algorithm's like, I don't know what's going on, Don. I mean, we look, we pushing your shit. You just ask these people questions, no response. What's going on with that? Because listen, AI is smart. AI knows exactly what it's doing. Mind you, the algorithms is the algorithms for a reason. It really gets the statistical numbers on certain voice recognitions, patterns, word count, type of words that you use in terminology, stuff like that. And it puts all these things together in a whole and says, this is one of the videos that should be viral. And they'll push it and push it and push it. Mind you, I'm a computer network engineer, so I understand this, okay? I get up here, I ain't no dumb guy. I'm very brilliant. I call shit out. But see, now it's the people. Somebody got buttons on these niggas. Because it's like, there's no way you can get 500 views, even at 500 views, and you're asking a question, the video. You're asking the people, what should I do in this circumstance or this situation, right? And you get nothing out of 500. That's not even statistically possible. And the algorithms know that. So you know what they do? They'll take you up to 500 and they slow it down like, yo, we tried. We don't even know what the fuck is going on. We know this was good material. We know this was interesting subject or whatever, right? So what do? That's why it don't choose to push biblical content a lot, because it knows. It's not like the algorithms is playing against you, dog. It's like it is, but it ain't. The algorithms is in the people. And that's what I'm saying when you go outside. We ain't talking about when it comes to social media all the time. Somebody's hitting a button and they changing up how your vibe gonna be for the day because they got people responding however they want, bruh. So much that you could see it playing out in the actual algorithms. The AI is confused right now. It's like, well, damn. Well, then go ahead and shut the rest of that content down. You see what I'm saying? But it's like, you know what that does? It gives it a negative spike on you. It's like, well, everything else is matching up. The only difference is the person that we're doing it for. But they haven't stopped. It constantly does it. It does it all the time because it's going to go off statistical numbers, statistical facts, right? So it's going to try to present that first. But after a while, when it realizes, hey, yo, the people ain't fucking with this guy. For whatever reason, it can't figure it out. It literally stops the numbers. And you know what that does? That affects the person who's putting out the material. So it's literally the people. Yeah, man, the people. And it's all kind of people that don't want to hear your boy out when he talk about certain things. Why? Because they know I got a lesson behind all this. They know when I finally get the people's attention, we're going to bring out them books. We're going to read out them scriptures that need to be read. Because we know if we do it now, it ain't going to get shown. Because of the algorithms that show content like this doesn't usually get pushed to the forefront because a lot of people, they don't stay tuned with it long. Even when you try to shuffle it to the type of people that look into that kind of content, you say, okay, well, what is it that he talks about specifically in this biblical content? And when they see that, that's literally like nowhere out there. It's not being favored, bro. It ain't hitting damn near no more than 200 views, right? And it'll usually push me up to that as much as it can, but then it'll stop. But that's why I'll be like, yo, I'll be fooling with Facebook. I fool with Facebook because at least I can see it's trying. Over here on YouTube, bruh, this shit literally kicks everybody to the bottom of the barrel, and then it does what it wants. It gives y'all the show that it wants you to see. You feel me? And I'm telling you what I'm telling you. So Facebook and YouTube, all these different platforms, I don't know if they got different robots that control it or whatever, but you can obviously tell that it's orchestrated, highly orchestrated. You know, I feel like with YouTube, I feel like it's more bots and people orchestrated. You know what I'm saying? Like the people, they maintain what the bots should see or should push. Versus Facebook, which it seems to me that it's like a freestyle algorithm, right? And they do that because they want more favor from people. They want more people to go there and utilize their platform. YouTube has been booked for so many years because it was first. So it don't really need to cater to the people. It's like they feel like they got the web. They like the next best thing since TV. And we gotta be honest. It kind of is. And they like, when it comes to Facebook, more people, or Facebook has a different name when it comes to BS that gets viewed. Like, oh, well, if you just want to be in the midst of all the BS, because people want to scroll. So they know that people that don't have a high tolerance for BS is going to be on Facebook. See what I'm saying? So they say, you know what? We'll push anybody with any of the content. We're just going to go up by statistical figures. So even if it's BS, we know that we hold a lot of BS people over here. Dude, it doesn't work with me over there on that. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because the BS people ain't trying to see no real shit. So it's the people over there that ain't trying to see the shit. And over here it's the algorithms. So it's like, yo, I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place when it comes to social media. Because of the kind of content that I have. Specifically, right? And I always knew that my shit is different, bro. But you know what? I would not change it for nobody. So sometimes every here and there, if I'm going to talk about something that I believe or that I think or I experience personally, I'll take that shit to Facebook. And it happens to do more numbers, either or, whether with the people or the algorithm. It happens to do more numbers, view-wise, right? You would say, oh, that's all people worrying about is views. Nigga, nobody want to get up the fuck here and talk to their damn self, my nigga. It's called social media. You got to be fucking social. You know what I'm saying? Do you know what media is used for? For fucking people to watch, to see. It's not always about entertainment. Sometimes it is, but it's about getting the viewership's attention so they can see the content that you're bringing. There ain't nobody fucking getting up here to waste their damn time. A lot of people actually is because they ain't getting paid for it. The most BS people, they get on these platforms and they getting paid for putting the most bullshit out there. So it's either you a bullshit person or you got bullshit content. That's what they feed in the world. You want to fucking tell me, you want to tell me something different? You want to tell me that I'm lying? So why we got a world full of bullshit and we talk about it all the time, how they try to force feed BS to your face, but then we'll turn around and tell a nigga like me that I'm irrelevant. I need to bring different kind of content. Nah, that's not what it is. It's because all of you are being orchestrated. And they done got it down to the point where people are acting like bots, they damn selves. So you're not confusing me, nigga. It's not like I'm just, you feel what I'm saying? You're not confusing. None of the algorithms is going to confuse me. I already know I stand outside the algorithms anyway because of my content. But that's not the case because we talking about all this fair is fair. When you're using certain words, certain terminology, and certain circumstances and conversations, right? Dude, when you put something out there, it should do what it do. But it ain't going to do what it do when certain people or certain algorithms start picking up on it. So they know that I want to come out. They know what I am. They know who I am, dog. They don't like what they see. They don't like. Think about how much a black man is being played against right now in society. Okay? And why? Because you could point fingers and say, oh, he's a dusty, he's this, he's broke, he's this, that, and the third. But nothing about me or my content provides any of that. So they can't utilize it. Because that's not what the fucking people want to see. It's just not. So, therefore, I become irrelevant to social media because they only want to see shit that they could say is relevant. And they want the black man to be being down, to be relevant and all that, this, that, and the third. So think about it, even if you playing against me, and you're a black man, you playing against yourself, bro. I'm supposed to be setting a great example for who we are out here. Conversations that I bring. You know what I'm saying? You can look at me and tell that I put in the energy, the time, the effort, the initiation to be somebody, to do something that actually has value of purpose. You can obviously see that. But when the world don't see it, it's a real big reason why. And it's not that, oh, well, you just got to give them something they like. Well, if all they like is bullshit and shit they can shit on, I can't give you that. I can't give you that because that's not who the fuck I am. Period. So, sorry. Hey, listen. If this shit never goes anywhere, it ain't my fault. It's because you, your friends, I ain't talking to the people who like to see me up here, right? because I have interesting conversations, and I feel like the stuff that I bring forth is dope. I feel like I'll be dropping real jewels out here, and real magnifying discussions. Things that hold in very deep on certain topics, and I'll be having really good explanations on certain things. That's all I'm saying, right? That's why I say I gotta try to keep it as real as I possibly can with y'all when it comes to bringing forth my content, because I never know what they're gonna say. Oh, we don't like that. We gonna kick that shit to the curb. There I go, just did a whole fucking hour, and it just got wasted because the world loves to see a nigga that ain't shit. Period. Period. If we was in a world that actually respect niggas that was somebody, my nigga, I'd probably be all over the fucking map. Just because of the fact of the way I think. The Most High brought me here to do a certain thing, right? Everybody got a purpose in life, and you got to keep it 1,000 with yourself. It doesn't matter what kind of person you are. You got handicapped people out here that can barely speak, and they got 27,000 fucking likes. There's a audience for everybody, period. Do you understand that? That's a statistical number of 2% to 2 to 5% on average. Okay, so out of 100 views, you're gonna have 2 to 5 people who's actually gonna like the video. That is, it's gonna resonate with them, or for whatever the reason is. Okay, that's actually business. That's something that I know for a fact. But we sitting here talking about 500 views and 0 likes, 0 comments. Man, there's something highly fucking strange with that, dog. And you can't tell me that I got bot activity. I ain't paying for nothing. And I'm gonna tell you right now, Facebook is trying its best to favor me because it knows, oh shit, we got a hard-hitting conversation, hard-hitting content right here. We notice it. Boom. And then it does nothing. They sitting back and they can't keep looking at me. They also look and see, well, damn, this nigga's consistent. So even if he just did 1,000 views on one video and only got 2 likes out of 1,000 views, next time I do a video, they push me to 500 fucking views in less than 5 minutes. Why is it doing that? Because it know I'm hitting, bruh. It be you mugs that want to see a nigga. Y'all niggas be hating, bruh. Keep it 1,000, bro. This is why the Son of Man can't get nowhere. Everybody want to pull their hair out and you waiting on clouds to crack and all this other shit because you don't really listen to me. What is it? That's why sometimes I got to question myself and the platform. Yo, who's really listening behind the scenes? Like, because I know damn well I ain't no flop. Nobody is a flop, bro. Absolutely nobody. That's the type of shit that would discourage people for not wanting to do this type of situation, right? But I gotta tell you from what I know, okay? This ain't just that. Like I said, it's something about somebody in the background pushing buttons, because it even happens in your world. And if you don't tell me that you never seen those things that I explained in the beginning of this video about one day it's like this, the next day it's like that, come on, man. Who's doing that? Who's doing that? So even when it's trying to show you favor on social media, right? The world, boom, they hit a button, and then the vibration is just like, yo, they ain't fooling with you, dog. So if they can all be channeled like that, then we really dealing with something really heavier than we thought, man. All of us. If I gotta experience that, you gonna experience that. Which means if this life didn't want you to make it nowhere in this life, you ain't getting there. Period. If you having a hard time finding a job, you could pray all day. You ain't getting there. Why? Because somebody could just hit a fucking button. And every person that you hand that application to, he's just like, I don't like that person's vibe. What is it? Because you can come on here with a very good aura or a very bad aura. Both of them get shown. Can we agree? Okay. You can come up here with nonsense, or you could come up here making sense of every fucking thing. Now, when you start making sense of everything, that's when you end up dead. Doesn't that really happen? When the person like Nipsey Hussle start really speaking out, see, that's how they got to kill you, when you already got a certain amount of following. But see, when you don't have that following already, well, they just stop you following. They just stop it. But say you already had it and you try to switch it over, you end up dead. Okay? So they really, and that's, so how do they How did they get these people to actually come out and kill you physically? You see what I'm saying? Because that was an algorithm orchestrated to get you dead. That ain't had nothing to do with social media. It's like there's real witchcraft and sorcery going on in the background. And that is highly dangerous. Because you don't know which day you could go outside and they could just turn everybody against you and even cause certain individuals to want to kill you, dog. Just because they changing up the vibe. You could have done nothing wrong. They could just know what you have planned to do or what they're on to. And now they ain't just orchestrating algorithms on the internet. They orchestrating people in your life, family members, friends, neighbors, co-workers, bosses. That'll literally fire you, dog. And you be sitting there like, yo, what the did I do? This has been a horrible week for me. And I'm barely able to keep my you know what I'm saying? My shit up, my vibe up from the last week. So I came in this week and literally everything played against you. It's like, you know, when you're showing like mediocre activity, when you're like some days it's good, some days it's bad, it's because you still you playing the game a little bit. Somehow, some way, you playing the game a little bit. And I definitely noticed that. Like if I was to go back to smoking weed and doing all that other shit, I would notice things would start to roll again in pretty much every aspect of my life. I'm dead ass. But when you stop doing those things and you're going a whole different route, that's when you become one of the ones that you can actually say is a chosen one. Because you got people up here talking about they chosen ones, but they got this big ass following and all that. Nigga, no the fuck you're not, bro. No, you're not. The chosen ones are literally the ones that are pretty much going against the grain in every aspect of life. Where almost nothing, and I repeat, nothing works out for these motherfuckers. Literally their whole life. That's why the Bible said to suffer for his sake. But they out here trying to put the message of the Most High out. They suffering to get that done. But there's other people that's flourishing with it. So who's really suffering for his sake? Who would you really call the chosen one, my nigga? You gonna call the one where the path is very broad, or is the one where the path is very narrow? So when you see those narrow paths out there, bro, I mean that to me is obvious who the chosen ones are, bro. Because the world chose who they favored. God chose who he favored, but those people that the world favor is on a broader path, which is going to show you broader activity. I don't care. Don't think that I'm sneak this, and this is go for everybody that is literally going with the grain. Period. So it looks like the grain is going against me. Why would you think that is? When it's literally like that, it's like, well, damn, I know what that is. I'm like the most chosen one out here, dog. Like the chosen one. To get 500 views, no likes, no comments, and you're asking a question, and it's a real conversation, right? I ain't even got to say what it is. You know, whoever got my Facebook, you know what it is, right? Because I'm gonna leave it up there. And until I figure that it took the algorithm some chance to get the responses and the comments and the likes or something like that, if they show up in an hour, then maybe I could understand that. Like, okay, maybe things was happening too fast for you to give me the results right away. But that's not usually how it works. So I'm watching this shit and I'm like, you know what this tells me? It tells me that I'm closer to my destiny than you can believe. And it's only because when the whole world all of a sudden picks up and just turn their head away from you, it's because you about to do something. It's something that they can't stop. They want you to believe them turning their heads can stop you, but it can't. That's why I said, more than likely, the chosen ones is going to be over here, bro. Because we got that vibe that we can share together. You know what I'm saying? We got that vibe. We understand certain things, but we need to understand something else about this world. Almost your whole world, like your whole world, friends, family, all that. Let's start there. It's literally playing against you, dog. It wants you to believe that you wasn't chosen to do what God put you here to do. Whatever that is, if you know that you're here for a purpose and you feel like you ain't getting no support, but you're still dedicated from time after time after time, it's like, you know the song Do for Love? You tried everything, but you don't get love, right? That is what it feels like to be a chosen individual. And for real, I'm telling you like this right now. If those things is happening, give yourself a round of applause, dog. Go grab a bottle, pop that shit, and celebrate. Because if it all happened like that at once, but everything's still favoring the world, that's what you don't want. At a time like this, the closer we get to the time it's going to happen, the more you should feel unfavored. Yes, I said it, unfavored, not favored. Do you understand? The enemy is mad, so mad. He's actually using everything it got to show you how much you up next. And then when it does that, it really exposes how much you've been up against this whole time. Literally, dog. That's why I said almost your whole world is against you. 9 times out of 10, they are not in your favor. I might have to say 95% of the time. Some days, that's what it feels like, right? 95. That's why you that 5%. 5%, right? Well, I know what that means now. That means 5% of us, 95% of them. Some days they make it feel like it's 50-50. Nah, 45% of them niggas is faking most days. You keeping it real the whole fucking wave, dog. The whole time. You keeping it real. Keeping it 1,000, right? All right. So if you can't see these things now, if you don't notice these things now, they would discourage you, bro. I'm here to encourage you, to let you know. To me, I'm feeling for a fact these are the things that we're supposed to be seeing if we really consider ourselves here for a purpose. And I know it's going to feel isolated. It might feel lonely. It might feel depressing. They might even send people in your life to make you feel like you favored for a moment. But you can't trust those things. You see what I'm saying? This is why the Bible says test the spirits. And we'll get to that. But see, they'll get really, really, really close to you. And then that's the best way that you can test the spirit. But the hard part about it is engaging that activity of closeness. Because now it's making you feel like you're living some kind of life out here. But you're fucking really living a fairy tale. You're not living your dream. You'll be living your dream later. Right now, it's literally like a painted nightmare that you can't see until you wake up. Then you will realize with your conscious mind that you was living a nightmare this whole time. And everybody in it was playing against you, doc. But it literally took you to wake up all the way. Somebody's here to wake you up, man. To make you realize, literally, 95% of the people that is around you every day at all times. I don't give a fuck how many people trying to show you love today. And because of that, it'll sometimes it might feel good because it feel like medication because you've been deprived from things that you feel like you deserve. So even when the enemy wants to usher that to you and make you feel validated, it making you feel like you supported, make it feel like you're cared for and you're loved and all this other shit and you're cherished and this and that, it's all crack of fucking doo-doo at the end of the day. But it's just that much more to discourage you when they pull the fucking carpet from up underneath your feet. And I'm telling you, the closer we get to whatever we supposed to be living, our purpose, those are the things you're going to feel. So even if the ones come running in right now, trying to make you feel like you special and this, that, and the third, you got like, nah, I know what this is. Because first of all, a 5% is spread out, dog. Like, trying to find another person like you is literally going to be like a needle in a haystack. You're really not going to be able to capture that kind of life here. It wasn't supposed to be comfortable for the 5%. You understand? So that means every single day we were going to be fighting against these things until the end. At the end, it's going to get worse. Okay? So if somebody fails you right now, or one of your best friends turn on you, or one of your loved ones just plays against you and all this, nigga, consider it for what I just told you. Because they not flipping back the script. Unless you play naive, or unless you dilute yourself and stop believing in who you are, your purpose, your drive, this, that, and that. Because that's all what it's designed for anyway. To get you to be discouraged right before the end. Dude, these things is literally about to happen, dog. So if you could just hold on with this isolation and this bullshit, because I had to call it. I said, you know what? Me versus them. Who realer? I'm gonna let them decide. Am I really gonna let them decide? Are you fucking kidding me, dog? After all the thoughts we had to walk around in our head thinking about these motherfuckers all day, every day. So at the end of the day, you can tell me that they're right? Nah, dog, you still right. You still on the right path. Fuck how they acting. Fuck what they saying. Fuck what they trying to make you feel like. You see what I'm making you feel like, right? I'm confirming you that you've been right this whole time about them. And all of them. 95% of these motherfuckers been playing against you, man. Till next time, it's your boy Don Illuminati. Peace. Love y'all.